Thursday morning, time to catch up with football coach Scott Brumfield as the Red Storm get ready for their yearly trip up to Burnaby, BC to take on the clan of Simon Fraser. Coach, before we talk about that game, let's talk about last weekend. Number 10 team in the country comes into Hanson Stadium. Throughout the entire week, you said your team had a great week of practice. What positives do you take out of a 49-13 game against Humboldt State?
You know, you always got to try to make positives out of negative situations, and not only in the football field and life. And I really think we can take it as a learning experience. We were excited to play this team, excited for the opportunity to play Humboldt State on our home field and really take advantage of a unique opportunity that doesn't come along too often. And so, it's obviously disappointing, but there's a lot of things we can learn. And as we've been stressing this week, just the little important things, the attention to detail of the small things really stands out against a very good team. And if you don't do those against a team like Humboldt State, they're gonna capitalize on those things. And so, hopefully, we can take it as a learning lesson. And because when you don't do the little things against them, it exploits everything. And I think that was the case. And so, if we can use it as a positive to build throughout the rest of the year, kind of remind me of like going back to last year's Western Oregon game where we came in and got physically dominated in every aspect of the game, and then be able to learn from that. And I was hoping that our team was beyond that point, but obviously we weren't, and that's something we spent a lot of time reevaluating. A lot of things this week. So learning lesson not only for the players but the coaching staff, and to put it behind us, hopefully learn from it and move forward throughout the rest of the season.
One momentum shift that happened early in that ball game was their defense stopping you on multiple occasions on first and short, fourth and short on the goal line. And that seems to be a prevailing theme. Adams State was the same way, and the majority of your touchdowns have come on plays that are 10 yards or more. How do you guys reevaluate your red zone offense and get ready for a game where it just seems like stat-wise offense is going to be the name of the game up in Canada?
It goes back to what we've talked about, just the small things. They came out. Obviously in short yards goal line situations, we didn't see a lot on Humboldt State. The first play they lined up in something we didn't necessarily prepare for, a new wrinkle they added. We made the quick adjustment, and then it just comes down to executing and being able to adapt to different situations like you do in life, and especially on the football field. And everything you do is make those quick adjustments, and we just weren't able to do that. And that's the little things and the the proper footwork, the proper technique, it just goes down to everything. So, our red zone since Humboldt State in our tight red zone has been something we've emphasized every week in practice. We can't guess what they're going to do on a weekly basis. We can prepare for what we think they're going to do and what we've seen, but we've got to be able to make those adjustments quicker and the bottom line of that situation, it just comes down to wanting to get it done and getting it done.
In preparing for this week, the last couple of weeks we've stolen lines from Dennis Green saying we are who they thought they were when it related to Humboldt State and Azusa Pacific, and before that Western Oregon. This week, as you prepare for Simon Fraser, the past couple of years they've been a very rush-heavy team, and the passing game has been average at best. You look at the stats this year, and Trey Wheeler, their quarterback, is leading the conference, already over 1,100 yards in passing. What's that new look for Simon Fraser bring to your game preparation for this week?
It makes it tougher. They're a program that's on the rise. A new offensive coordinator that came in with a returning quarterback, and that's an athletic quarterback. Combine that with their very successful running back. Their running backs are back. It creates problems. And like I said, they're a team that's building their program kind of in a similar fashion we are, and then they've done a great job of it. And so it just adds an aspect of more to prepare for and more things they do. The probably most complex offense we'll play all year, as far as many different formations and running plays and mixing that in with their passing, their play action stuff. So defensively, we got our hands full. We got to know exactly what we're doing. We can't have the misalignment, misassignments, and expect to win. We got to be fundamentally sound in our execution, our tackling, every aspect on offense or on defense.
On the offensive side of the football, looking strictly at the numbers and the guys that they'll put personnel-wise, is this a week where you think your offensive line could have a nice bounce back and start to get that offense back in rhythm?
Yeah, not only offense line, every position. Last week we gave up 2 sacks, and one of them was to a running back. So I thought our offense line played better. I think we need to be more physical and really challenge them. But as a former offense line, the game's won up front, and so they've got to be prepared. Simon Fraser's got a big physical defensive line, very solid group defensively. So they've got to protect the quarterback and open up holes for our running game. And so the weight always lies on the offensive line's shoulders. So hopefully they can come out and be prepared and rise to the challenge.
Being a member of the GNAC, logistically, other than the Azusa Pacific trip, all the trips to the remaining conference members are a chore, either lining up buses or, in this case, to Burnaby and to Bellingham, getting flights. Logistically, how much of this is a drain getting ready to head up north of the border?
It's tough. It is tough, but you look at it, they do it almost every week coming into the U.S. and playing. So we can't use it as an excuse. We can't use it as a crutch. It is a distraction, getting everybody's passports and birth certificates and stuff, but it's something we have to deal with, and we like to. One year we're going to have it done 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. It always seems like with the new players coming in late and trying to get the passport stuff. It is a distraction, but we can't use that as an excuse or a crutch or anything else. We got to take who we can take and go up and play a good football game.
Since we have you a little bit later in the week, how has practice been in preparation?
It's been good. I've been very, very happy the way they rebounded. We challenged them after the game on Saturday to really see who we are, and it really gut check time. And you kind of look at yourself and see what you can do more, how you can get better. And not only challenge them, I challenged us as a coaching staff to see what we need to do, to see where we are, can we do better. Like I said, to really pay attention to those small things that a good team like Humboldt State really exploited, and Simon Fraser's a good enough team where they can do the same thing if we don't take care of all the little things, and so I've been very happy with practice. They've come out with enthusiasm and seem to have risen to the challenge. Now we just got to see if we can convert that over to our performance on Saturday.
Kickoff is at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain Time atop Burnaby Mountain at Terry Fox Field. Coach, thanks for the time.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.